Okay. All right, before we begin the second half of the evening, we'll do the MDC, I think. And I believe the topic was seated, is that correct? Yeah, okay, so we'll run through those images now. Thank you. Oh, thank you. That was a good topic, actually. So I'll just hand you. Do you want the mic, John?
Thank you very much once again for all those that entered. Is Nerily here too? Nerily has the chocolate fish. Well done, Nerily. And if I get you to select the magic numbers between 1 and 7. 7. And then the magic numbers between 1 and 21. 11 is walk a new path. So walk a new path is the theme for next month. Walk a new path. So I'll send an email around everybody. Thank you, and we look forward to your entries. Cheers.
Is this for now to May, the new one? Yeah. So the 22nd is it? Does it run to or 31st? Oh. Starts on the 1st. So we've got Icon at the moment. Yeah. Right. Okay. Right. Okay. Did everybody hear that? Icon finishes at the end of the month, and then we've got the Walk a New Path for the following month's topic. Okay. So we will now proceed with the C grade, digital images and prints. Heidi judged them, so do you want to run through the digital, or do you want to do the prints first?
Which one have you got first? Do the digital first.
Okay, so we'll run through. Do you want to just run through and show us them first, or do you want to do one at a time and talk about them?
I'll talk about one at a time, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
Check. I'm not on, am I? I am on? I am on. Okay, great, lovely. Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Heidi. I was asked to judge the C grade competition, which I really enjoyed doing. And I have got the critique on the computer, which I don't have, unfortunately. So I'm going to be looking at them and reminding myself as to what I wrote, because we don't have the laptop with me. So apologies for that. But however, I can remember most of what I wrote down on each of those pictures. So bear with me, because I don't have all my props with me, but we shall start with the first one, and I will give my opinion. So it's just basically what I've done is try to be informative, constructive with my critique. And again, it's about what I've seen. It may not be quite what you saw in your picture, but how it comes across to me. So when I talk to your picture, it's me trying to stand in your shoes and see what you've seen. And if I think there's a better way of getting that picture or that image across, then maybe that's where my constructive criticism will come in. So please don't be offended by anything that I see differently to you. And it's all about, do you want to read your own critique? That's interesting. Can I read it from your screen? It'll be probably much easier. I can't see it from you. Too tiny. Oh, okay then. Right. Oh, that would have been really good if I could just see what I wrote. Sorry? It wouldn't be. What do you mean? Bring it up? Oh, okay. So this is what I wrote. This will be quite okay for you guys if you see it as well. Are you all right with that, everybody? Yep. Okay then. So action caught the water, but not quite the duck, as the wing is out of focus. A faster shutter speed would fix this. I can feel the water and love the sparkles. I'm so pleased I would never have got all those words out. I would never have remembered everything I wrote. Okay, so next one. So there's the ducks. We won't go too quickly. So, is there a story here? So, this is what I was thinking. What's she doing behind the fence? She seems distracted and caught unawares. I would like to see her eye, and that's where my attention goes. Make sure the hair is away from her eyes. Slightly overexposed in the whites, and it has a blue cold tinge to it, although it speaks of sunshine. So there was this sort of battle in my head going, is this a bright day? And she looks quite blue in that image. I'm not quite sure what it was you were trying to portray there. Cool. New growth, school one. Budding new growth with a bokeh surrounding to the foliage. I can see the light behind the front leaves, giving the plant some transparent glow. So I could see the lovely light coming from the back. However, it's a little unsharp and my eye tends to drift to the lighter spots, which are the corner. Use a faster shutter speed and see how that affects the outcome next time. If this is your picture and you're here and you want me to, or have any questions, I'm really open about, shouting out, or if anyone's got anything constructive, please feel free. That's the beauty of having it all together. Pohitakawa bloom, school one. Very colourful and strong with the reds and contrasting green foliage. I think you've designed the composition to sit well in the corner. However, I think it's a little tight and may need a bit more room around it. Leaves and sun, which should be some of the Pohitaka are a little soft, and it would have more impact if it was clearer. So it's a little bit soft, but you've got that image working well in the corner. So it does pop and it does sparkle, but it just need a little bit more clarity in the bloom. Flowing water, score one. I can sense that you're trying to use multiple exposure or move the camera to create the movement. I'm not sure that it's quite worked yet. I like the bottom half of the image, and if you put your hand up, you can do that bottom half thing where you just cover the top. And I wondered if the green background competes with the water. Not a winning shot yet, but keep practicing. Kia, school one. It looks like the Kia is talking to you with its tongue in its beak and in that pose, along with that direct look straight into the camera. I'm a little distracted by the shadow to the right, and it looks like it's going over the bird's eye. For an award, the feathers have to usually be pin sharp along with the eyes. So can you see that sort of slight, it could be a branch behind him that's sort of faded, but it's slightly distracting from the actual bird. Interesting picture. I like your creativity on that one. Winemaker and daughter, just a sniff, score one. Cute and lovely family shot. A busy background, a wee bit controversial as the pictures can be subjective. The subjects are a little soft and hazy. School one, exhilaration plus. Sports action shot. We'd love to see the foil. I know it's there. You know the foil with the thing that's the kite or whatever he's pulling along there. So position yourself better to get the exhilaration of a jump. He looks like he's about to do something, but keep practicing and you'll get it. So you perhaps need a wider angle lens or a different angle on where you're located for that one. I love the water though. I love the flow at the back. It's really cool. Are you all right? Sorry. I think we've gone one. We're there? Okay. This one's school one, morning colours. Golden light on the hills and mist on the water. The reeds are lit and there's some beautiful reflections. What has let this image down is that it is soft and out of focus. Maybe bring up your ISO and shutter speeds for low light shots. Score 2, fence line. I found my gaze going from the right side to the lower third, stopping at the gate, then looking down the centre fence to see what's in the distance. Nicely lit fence, but nothing to hold my gaze on. I suggest a flip as we tend to look from left to right, so putting the fence slightly over the other way. Well spotted. Score 2, texture. Texture is there in the wood. There are two pictures here in my opinion. One is the bark and one is the sawn wood. I think I would have made a choice about where to focus my attention on as the colours compete for my attention, and it is a little soft. Chop chop. This made me smile. An action shot, action shot, I've never seen this before, so it's the first time I've actually seen this chopping. I think you may have captured them all better if you stood to the left, as the front trunk has two men on it. Bizarre and well done. So it looked to me like the front little man was still on the same trunk. It just made me smile, so it's quite quirky, that picture. Can you see him at the bottom? Yeah. Yeah. You never know till you have a good old look. Ready for harvest. The foreground is certainly ready for harvest. Beautiful or lovely golden colour. My eyes, however, are drawn to the silos as they are dominant and out of focus, along with the background out of focus, which lets the image down. Maybe check if you can bring up your f-stop. I don't know what your f-stop was, but try perhaps an f8 or above to get that full clarity. Small traction engine, score 2. If you're doing a record shot of this beautiful traction engine, maybe ask that bloke to move out of the way or wait until it's clear. Patience is a photographer's virtue. I would like to see more space around the traction engine as it's very tightly cropped, but it's well photographed though, it's very clear. Surprised. He was seated earlier, was he one of the seated ones? Yeah. Caught the surprised expression on this cat, on his or her face. I think that is the picture and not the chair or the body of the cat. The fur is soft, which is meaning soft, being slightly out of focus, and under the chin is a bit lost. A good subject we're working on. So what I was trying to say there in this roundabout way is that face would work, but the body doesn't. If you want a clear picture, that was the clarity right there. Bee in lavender, score 2. Lovely colour palette and cute bee in the lavender with its veins showing through the sunlight in its wings. Its furry body and legs supporting himself on the stalk. So I like the sort of aspect of him. The only thing missing is his head. But as a rare shot, I liked it. But as a competition, I think it would be better to see its face and antennae. Do they have antennae, bees? They do, don't they? Keep looking. So pretty good. And I like the veins because you can see through the light. But if it was actually looking at you the other way around, it would be quite cool. But I do like that rear. It almost looks like a koala bear, doesn't it? It's quite cute. It's a cute one. Peekaboo. Just go back one time. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Peekaboo. He's only doing peekaboo. He's only having a little look. Wow, several things going on for me here. I think the spider is the peekaboo in the flower. It must have been a macro shot, and it would have been a very tiny spider on a petal, with the stamens which look quite surreal and suspended almost. The stamens are fascinating and almost alien looking, and I find the spider a bit intruding, although that might just be what you wanted. Score 2, ruffled feathers. Another great expression and clear eye. The breeze has ruffled his feathers, although to be a winning shot they need to be clear or sharp. It does show his environment, and I like that. It's hard to tell that it's not sharp from here, isn't it? But on my screen it didn't look as sharp as it does up here. Sumner Sunset. The rocks are handled well with lovely colours of the sunset. The waves in the background add to the mood of the picture along with the clouds. I ask myself, who do all these footprints belong to, as there are a lot of them? A few human silhouettes may have held my interest for a bit longer. Keep on looking out, and well done for going out at that time. See all the footprints in the sand? That's what I was thinking. The day is over. It looks like he had to walk through the mud to finish his day. The sail itself looks a little muddy colour-wise, and I think that could be noise, and it may pay to reduce the noise in Lightroom or Topaz Noise. The sail itself was looking a bit noisy. Do you understand what I mean by noisy? Sort of like it's not clear, there's too much disturbance in it. It could be a lot clearer. It looks like I'm really nitpicking, because when I'm looking at it up there, it doesn't look anything like it looked on my computer screen at home. White rhinoceroses, or white rhinoceros. Thanks. An action shot of this white rhino. I'm aware of his counterpart, but not sure that the darker shadow rhino adds to the image. His hind leg is missing. If they were head to head, it would be better, or the sunlit rhino on his own, as you've captured him well with the detail in the thick skin and the dust. Does that make sense? When I'm reading it, I'm wondering. So that back leg of the rhino in the darker side is missing. So when we've got them going loggerheads, it might have been really cool to have the full rhino in, or just trying to get the lighter one on its own. Score 3, follow me down. I hope they don't land in the trees, and that the leader is going somewhere safe to land. Love the capture of the foils and the diagonal lines of the forest and the looking up angle. Well done. Score 3, Lone Tree. The title is Lone Tree, but it's a little busier than it implies. The foreground doesn't help. If the tree was isolated against the sky, you'd have a winner, in my opinion. I like the use of black and white. Keep on trying, you're onto something special here. Climate change. You're showing the audience your interpretation of climate change, as far as I can tell, that if we are not careful, we'll end up getting burned. Good use of colours for this interpretation, a surreal and thought-provoking image. Jagged edge, score 3. To make this pop, try bringing in the sides. Crop off the dark space on the sides, and that'll draw your attention to the jagged edges and create a frame for this beautiful seascape and the light in the sand. Love nature's own framework. Good job. You can't actually tell where it starts and ends in this picture, but sure. Score 3, walk through a forest. I feel like I'm there in the forest, about to come across a dog or a person. Love the depth you've brought out and the mystery. A lush landscape with strength in the trees. I'm thinking the front tree on the left is slightly soft and maybe better cropped out, but can see it frames the path well. The path well. Score 3, from the past. My brother's got an AJS 650. I didn't know they did sidecars. What fun. A great attempt at pano and made more authentic with the black and white. No distractions in the background and has an oldie-worldy feel about it. Well done. Here comes the rain. This is a great image. It has drama, colour, and you can feel the charge of electricity in the lightning. But what it also has is a lot of noise, which can be removed in post-processing in Lightroom or Topaz noise software. It'll just give it a little bit more clarity, I felt. Score 4, cruising the bay, sunset in Croatia. This image is right side heavy in my opinion, so it's about the boat and cruising into the bay. I don't see the bay, but love the boat and the sunset, and I'm intrigued with the building and want to know more about it. I love the light through the windows and the silhouette, but the title isn't about the building, so I'm left wondering. Press-ups. In the space between us. Got that sunrise shot. Bless you. Well done. Love the leading lines and the silhouettes. Check how you choose to frame it. By that I mean the vertical lights at the top of the first one is missing, so that little lamp on the top. And I know it will also remove the seagull on that right-hand side, as he's a bit soft, so that would just keep the skyline clear. Otherwise, fabulous. Heavenly sunset. Dreamy, nicely balanced and soft feel. I really like this one. The colours are beautiful and warm, and the snow peaks are strong and defiant. Great capture, and I love the panoramic aspect. Going home, all done for the day. Good photojournalism here. The sky colours of the fire reflect just what the helicopter and monsoon bucket have been up to all day. Love the silhouette of the houses she may have saved. Great capture. I might even crop in tighter, lose a bit of the sky, and come in from the left side just to make that more stronger, the helicopter. Fog shrouded. Delightful, peaceful, well-balanced image. The flock of birds add interest as though they are escaping into the sunlight. Good details in the blacks in the foreground, in the trees and in the hills. Excellent. Score 6, best in the show. Clean, clear and beautifully executed. Great expressions and paddles are in symmetry. Great positioning for the shot. Well done. Best in show tonight. On the projected images. Well done. And now we're going on to the, there's only 5 prints, and we're going to just go through those. That's not one of them, is it? Sorry? Oh, yeah. I love ribbons.
Ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Everyone ready? Yeah? Cool. Nice. Let's go. Score 2. I just want to say well done to the C grade for producing those 5 prints, and to give a heads up to anyone who's thinking of printing, go ahead and do it. Take the plunge, put out whatever you've got. Don't be frightened by anyone else's opinion. Take it from your camera to this image. You'll learn so much from putting it out onto print. So I commend all of those 5 people who, or 4 or 3 or 2, whoever have produced images for this. So this was the first one, and Branch of Light. And this has caught your eye, or you have painted it with light. An interesting night subject with reflections. I find the lit branch on the right side distracting, so if you put your hand up to the right side and you see that little bit on the top right-hand corner, if that wasn't there, that would be a stronger image. Thanks. So I suggest just removing that to get a better balance. I like the creative awareness, and I like the fact you've recorded something really unusual. So well done. But it's hard to see sometimes yourself how other people see it, and that would just make it really wonderful if you took that away. And that's the nuisance of it, having created it. Okay, moving on. Thank you. Sunset stripes. I like the abstract look of this sunset, but feel it's not quite there yet. If there was an intentional movement, perhaps a little more movement. But as it stands, it's just a little bit soft. And I possibly would remove the ducks or the little black specks in the frame, just to make the image look a little bit clearer. Beautiful colors, so I would keep on trying. So you may shift your camera and you get a little bit more softness going through it, so it's deliberate. But if you're after the sharpness, raise your ISO, raise your shutter speed to get that clarity, because then the ducks might look amazing, but at the moment that just looks a little bit distracting. But beautiful colors, well seen. Why Rippo foggy morning. Love the panoramic aspect, and it suits this image well. You've caught some reflections in the foggy landscape, the sky tones are vibrant, and there's detail in the dark colors, but the softness lets it down. I do like the dreamy look you've achieved, but feel once again it would be better sharper. So the same again, the same critique for this one as the previous one. Just move if you want to just really sort of lose the whole shapes, but if you want those shapes and forms popping, use your tripod and see how you go with that. Make a longer exposure because it's not moving, but you might get the fog moving, but you might get the trees really static and still. Central Otago model flyers. Intrigued by the sign as we're drawn to words, and that made me look for clues as to what it means, and I couldn't see anything relating to what it means. A mystery in the middle of nowhere. Maybe that's intentional. Lovely light on the hills and golden light in the grasses and throughout an evening or early morning shot. Maybe I should have looked up, but there was nothing in the sky. School 5, away to go. This was the best one out of the bunch. And I get that feeling of isolation and distance still to travel, which is well reflected in the title. Details is great in that wooden bridge. And if you're describing the track and the distance, I may think about cropping those trees out on the right. So again, put your hand up and just think about cropping a little bit off to the right and dropping the sky down. And then from your perspective, where you've taken the angle of the shot, it would be quite a little bit, well, it would be a lot stronger, and you could see where you're going, and it'd be that distance. You wouldn't be drawn out to the sides to see what you're missing. You'd just be drawn into your path on that track. Well done. So that's all 5 of those. So well done to the people, yeah. So we're going to hand out these certificates.
You do the prints first?
I've got Follow Me Down as the first one, so that's projected image.
Are the prints at the bottom?
There probably might be, so I'll go and have a look. You can all hear me, can't you? Yeah, you're just trying to listen really clever. That's projected image, so we've got
It's just the 3. And there were 2,
2,
3,
1, 2,
2.
yeah.
We'll do those 2 first.
Okay, we're going to do the 2 prints that have got commended and highly commended. So I'm going to stand up, and Diana, are you able to come and deliver? So I hope you got something from the critiquing tonight. It's always interesting when your head's telling you something else. So for our first and commended for the prints, we have John McCall with Central Otago model flyers. Now, John, I thought that might be yours. Congratulations, you might know this person. And also coming up, we have highly commended for Neroli Keating, A Way to Go. Well done. Well done. Awesome. So we're going to the projected images now, and I have the first one called, I'll just check in with Ian that we have that.
Follow Me Down.
Yes, but then we're just going to make sure we've got that one up there. That's not it.
That's not right.
No. We're just coming in. Just make sure with Alan that we got the correct.
Yes.
Yeah, Follow Me Down, Simon Hayes. Is Simon here tonight? No? Okay. Timothy, Lone Tree. Well done, Timothy. Are you here? No? Okay, that can go. This was intriguing. Climate change. Francisca. Sorry, Davis. Reading over a field. Well done. Thank you. Jagged Edge by Vince Morton. Thank you. Congratulations. Thank you. Walk Through a Forest by Hannah Rice. Great work, Han. Awesome. From the Past by Robin Johansson. Here Comes the Rain by Max Mathias. Cruising the Bay, Sunset in Croatia by Carl Smith. The Space Between Us by Stuart Brown. Well done. Lovely. Heavenly Sunset by Francesca Davis. Well done. Awesome. These are highly commended, so well done, these guys. Going Home, All Done for the Day by Carl Smith. He's not, where is he? I didn't have one earlier. Highly commended for Fog Shrouded by Janine McIver. Well done. Awesome. And Best in Show, Wanaka Day, Walker Arriving at O'Kane's Bay by Judy Kirk. Judy. Oh, we're not allowed to give them to C grade, John? Oh. But we're going to today. Don't. Yes. Not. I can do what I want. Judy, Best in Show. Yes, that's all right. Congratulations. Have you got 2 there? She might have 2. Thank you. You have. Thank you. Well done, everybody.
That's good. Well done, well done.
Thank you.
Sorry, I lost my mic there. Yeah, it's on. Thanks, Heidi. You did a super job. I think the critique was excellent. I think everybody must agree with me. You did a really good job. Yeah, very useful information for everybody there. Okay, so I don't think we've got much else to say unless anybody wants to bring up anything that we can talk about. Nope. Just a couple of competitions closing soon. 24th of April at Natural History Projected Image 2. 1st of May as the Projected Image 4, and the 22nd of May Projected Image 5. So there's 2 competitions in that 1 month there. Diana sends out an amazing letter, which I think you all get every week, and it's got a list at the bottom of all the competitions closing, and also national competitions will be starting soon. So keep your eye out if you want to enter any of those, because the dates will be in that newsletter. Sorry, my voice is going. It's always going. Get out there and shoot for the New Zealand Landscape Salon, closing the 2nd of June, and don't forget the MDC closes next week. And I think that's it for tonight. Just need to thank everybody, the boys at the back. So who have we got up there? Gordon, Tim, Andrew. Yep. Dennis for opening and closing. I don't think Adrienne's here, so it must be Dennis that's done all that, plus the supper. John Casey, thank you for doing the MDC. And Alan for being an expert on the projection. and John for his talk earlier this evening. So, okay, thank you everybody. See you next week. Drive safely. Yeah, bye.